decided to name this one Moving On. It's just something I've been dealing with in my own personal life with just connections, friends, relationships, just in life. I've been on my own personal journey for a minute now, and moving on is always the hardest thing to do in anything. Like when you know people or when you're comfortable where you at, advancing in maturity is always a hard task, because a lot of times you want to stay where you at. You want to stay in that familiar state, around familiar people, familiar things, and that ain't doing you no good. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's part of the reason too why I kind of have moved out of Louisville. Was I've been there my whole life, you feel me? And all I was really doing, I was doing some good there, but I realized I was around the same people and the same stuff, and I wasn't maturing myself and bettering my life. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't thinking on grown man status, you feel me? I was always looking for somebody to do for me and pretty much make it somebody else's responsibility to put my life on track where it was needed to go, when I should have been doing that. That was my job and my responsibility. You feel what I'm saying? And so moving to San Antonio was the biggest thing I did as a man, because I didn't really imagine it. I've been trying to get out of Louisville for over a decade, man, if you know me. And, like I said, it's been quite a struggle. Even when I moved, man, it was tougher than I thought, because I was like, I'm really doing this, you feel me? Like, I'm really going here. I'm really, reaching new heights and going to better places, you feel me? And, when I did, it just hit me. And it was like a shock of reality just came in. At the same time, it was like, you on your own here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got nobody here to help you or rescue you. You feel me? You fall away from family. You fall away from friends. Everything you're doing is on you now. You know what I'm saying? And I have people back in the city, man, that hit me up and was, oh, no, man, I don't want you to go. Nah, man, I want you to stay. Nah, man, like, that's crazy. And that's why I ain't really tell a lot of people until I really did it. And not to say I don't love my friends and all, but I had to learn how to personally move on for myself, because, staying there was putting me in a frame of mind. Like I said, I was immature. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like how my daddy said, man, like, you immature, you childish minded, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it was stopping me from really taking care of a lot of my business, you know what I'm saying? Like, once I moved out here, I realized how real life is. And you ain't gonna have mama to come help you. You ain't gonna have friends to come and swoop through, you know what I'm saying? Like, I came out here by myself. I don't know nobody out here, you know what I'm saying? So when you out here, you feel me? But even in a lot of my friendships, man, I love folk, man, but I had to learn how to grow past a lot of the immaturity stages that they was in and move on. You know what I'm saying? I see folk and I'm like, you ain't ready to advance your life. And it's hard for me to be around people that can't advance their life. Like, you ain't on millionaire status. You ain't on, doing better for the future type status. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, not to say you don't care about folk, but it's really hard to associate yourself with people that's not really on your wave. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, I got a lot of brothers, man. Got a lot of brothers, man, that I'm cool with. They always gonna be my bros, man. But like I said, I don't really associate with a lot of folk no more. And it's not about it being nasty. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got to be nasty to go on your own route. Sometimes you are in a season of just dealing with a lot of your life. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't realize how immature I was, man. Like, going through this stuff, it kind of showed me that. You know what I'm saying? Even bringing the channels like I'm doing now, like uploading, staying consistent and doing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you ask yourself, like, how do you really move on from situations? Like, you be in situations with people, feel like you'll never get out of that. You know what I'm saying? You might be dating somebody or talking around, or, you know what I'm saying, like, seeing what's good, you feel what I'm saying? And, you fall in love with that person, I fall in love with that situation. And you don't know how to really I guess, get over it if it don't work. And you know, you got to understand that situations and relationships are just a part of life, man. Some stuff don't work out because that's just a part of life. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes jobs don't work out. Sometimes career paths don't work out. You know, people and things and, you know, just the comfortability in life, man. It's just, you don't always get to have it the way you want it. You know what I'm saying? And I know we feel like that's our world is over because we can't get it. And you know, oh, we going through a heartbreak, we going through a hard time, we going through financial trouble, man. I lost friends, I lost family, you know what I'm saying? And I really thought about it, and I was just like, man, that a lot of what my album was inspired by, because as you know, with me doing my music, a lot of my album was inspired by, that's why I called it Growing Pains, because I was going through a time in my life. That's why I said I need to document more what I'm doing with my stuff, because a lot of people don't know. They think it's just music. Like, this music came from me going through a personal experience in my life. Like, man, 2023 was probably the roughest year of my life that I've ever had, bro. Like, 2023 was no joke, because that was when I moved here. And so I moved here in January, and I thought I was gonna be all sweet, far away from Louisville, man. I'm away from everybody I know, you feel me? Like, I'm out here in sunny San Antonio, I got this going on, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And then you realize, like, I think the first 2 months that it set in, it was like, bro, you here. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got nobody out here to help you like that. You fought, and if you know San Antonio, man, that's by Mexico. So like, you down here by Mexico for real. And so you out here. You know, my bro live in Dallas, and that's like 4 hours away from here. So I'm like, you out here by yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so when I came out here, man, I wasn't prepared. I was so busy trying to just move, and wasn't prepared for what came with that. And so that's why I tell people, like, if you do something, man, really think, have wisdom. Don't just do stuff because you feel like it, or because you're trying to get out of a situation, because you'll get right back into a situation. And part of what I was doing, I thought Louisville was the source of my problems, you feel me? And I said, if I move from Louisville, I won't really be dealing with what I'm dealing with here if I can come here. Because I came to San Antonio twice, lovely, beautiful, getaway, paradise. And I said, man, I just need to come here. I just need to get out of the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, woo, 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 woo. I won't feel that way when I move here. And lo and behold, when I came out here, everything that I dealt with in Louisville followed me way out here. And some. It was worse, honestly, to be quite honest, because just because you change your location don't mean you change your life. You know what I'm saying? I don't regret it, but it's just I wish I would have did it a lot better. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, all that followed me from Louisville came right here and hit me like a sledgehammer. And like I said, there's some days you just like, man, what am I doing? Like, I was gonna pack it all up and just go back to Louisville. I was like, man, I don't even know why I even came out here. I was like, bro, why did I make an impulsive decision? That's what it felt like at the time. And I was almost on quitter status. I was just gonna quit everything and just, nah, man, I'm going home. I'm gonna quit everything and pretty much just sabotage everything I worked hard for. I worked the whole year to get here. You know what I'm saying? And I realized that you can't, you know, you're moving on from where you moved from Louisville. I don't live there no more. I go back, and I even have to tell myself, like, don't get used to being back here like it, because you live here now. This is your home. This is where you're gonna start a life. This is where you stand. You know what I'm saying? Stay consistent and stay stable. You know one thing, man, daddy and mama ain't raised no punk. They ain't raised no quitters. They told us to be real in everything that we do. So that's why I said I'm real in everything that I do, because of what they taught me. And money-wise too. Like I said, that ain't free. But getting back to the story. Bottom line, Growing Pains, man, I came out with that when I was going through some tough, dark times in my life living here. You know what I'm saying? It ain't sweet. You know, there was days, like I said, man, I felt depressed. I felt high anxiety. I felt, you know, just whatever was going on in my mind, bro. And like I said, it felt like everything I was doing, nothing was working. Nothing was working. Like I was trying to watch TV and get away from it. I was praying, and you couldn't get away from it. Like I said, I was trying to work out and go work and make my money and think about the future, and it just wasn't working, man. I'll try to, like I said, you might try to get in a relationship. I talk around, that wasn't working. Like nothing was going in my favor. And for a minute, like I said, it felt like you cursed. It felt like you the only person in the world feeling that, you know what I'm saying? But I realized that when I did do music, a lot of that came out through that. You know what I'm saying? And so I came out with Growing Pains last year in December, and that was when I was going through a pretty tough time. You know what I'm saying? Like it was tough, and just playing around on a program with a song that I made, and I was like, man, this song is power. I just kept replaying, and I was like, bro, this song got a meaning to it, bro. This song got a name. I got to figure out a name for this song, and I thought about it, and I was like, well, I'm in a season of growing. And it's painful. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, why not name it Growing Pains? I'm like, it's perfect, because this is a season of where you deal. Like, I didn't realize that's what I was dealing with. I was getting out of my familiar state of what it used to be, in Louisville, and my old childish ways and immaturity and stuff like that. And that's where that track came from. And so that's where a lot of my music, some of my best music comes from when I'm feeling it, when I'm in my feelings, when I'm not having a good time. Like, y'all think I just be up there just, coming up with stuff, like that's just magic. Like, nah, man, some of my best creations come when I'm down in the dumps, when I'm like, Lord, you gotta make a way, because I don't know nothing else. You feel me? That's why I be up there just flowing, man. And like I said, even if you're trying to talk around in relationships and whatever, it's like, and that don't work out, like sometimes it do hurt. Sometimes you are upset because it don't go your way. And that's what I realized. I was like, bro, you can't let that affect you. You can't let that stop you from what you got going on. There's always brighter days up ahead. That's why it's called moving on. We don't want to let go of people. We don't want to let go of situations and people that hurt us. Like, you got to forgive, but sometimes you don't want to. Sometimes you don't want to be loving and understanding. You're like, man, forget that, man. I ain't letting them go. Like, nah, man, they did that. Like, nah, man, they made me mad. They gonna say sorry. Like, nah, I'm gonna get them when I see them. And you don't realize that the only person that's really hurting is you in the end, bro. Like, you're the only one that's still stuck up feeling that way. And I realized the more I was mad at people and situations, man, like, that was prolonging my life from going on. I think in this season, man, I've really just been learning to have the love of God on a lot of things, bro. Because a lot of times, man, it's just, you want to get in your flesh, man. You want to be mad. You want to be filled with rage and, let people have it. You know what I'm saying? You just want to be in your, just be in your zone of just anger. And the only thing that stops that, man, is you got to love like Christ, man. Like I said, I recently been going to a church here, man, and the pastor that preached a sermon, because like I said, I still associate with my church back home. That's my home church, But this service starts before that one, so I get to go to one. It's nice to get in the church home around fellow believers. But this dude, he's been on a series about love like Christ. And it's like a series that came right on time, man, because like I said, I was talking to somebody, you know what I'm saying, and you know how people just, they be switching up, be silly, and you know what I'm saying, plus everything else going on with life, like you don't feel like you can handle all that. And so a lot of times you be mad, you like, nah, man, like I'm like, nah, man, you dirty, you did this and that. And he said that, and I was like, man, I said, dog, come on, man, I don't want to hear that right now. Like, man, and the way he delivered the message, man, was with love and compassion. And that's when I just thought, I was like, bro, like, you gotta love like Christ, man. You gotta love like how he loves us. We didn't deserve forgiveness. I can think of a lot of things I've done, man. I didn't deserve forgiveness and eternal salvation. Who am I that this God loved me, that he taking care of me, and that he's having mercy on my soul when I didn't deserve it? So why can't I have that for other people? You know what I mean? Like I said, I am a wretched sinner, just like everybody else is a wretched sinner. And I kept wondering, like, why am I going through this? Why am I feeling this way? And I'm like, It's because you're in a season of growing. You're in a season of bettering your life and yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wanted to have this topic about moving on. Because when you do move on, man, like, that's a word I keep hearing lately on everything. I watch TV or you're around people and they all keep saying the same thing. And I'm just like, it's not cliche. It's not by coincidence. It's about like, this is really what you got to do in life. And a lot of things that I've been dealing with, just you're moving on. You know what I'm saying? I guess in a way, I try to just be inspirational, man, be encouragement to others who don't have that. You know, a lot of people don't hear me speak. They don't hear me really get to talk and say what I need to say. But most people, when they do, they like talking to me because I guess I talk pretty decent. Like I said, it's been tough, man. Life has been a journey. You know what I'm saying? And if it wasn't for the Holy Spirit or for God, like I said, I would have done snap. You know what I'm saying? I would have done whoop somebody, been in jail. I did something, you feel me? And that's what stopped me from really going down that route. Because I'm like, you got to think that if you get yourself in a situation, not only are you carrying your family name, but at the same time, you carrying your name. So I said, if you get locked up or you get yourself in legal troubles or situations, not only are you prolonging your life, but you prolonging your music, you prolonging your money, you prolonging your career, you prolonging your reputation, your record, all of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's important to really think and just let things go, man. I know people hurt us. I know people do a lot of things to us, man, that ain't cool. Like I said, man, I don't agree with nothing that nobody do. Like I said, I've done wrong to people before. We all done wrong before. You feel me? And so sometimes that just might be our give back because we have done wrong unto others. And then sometimes that just might be what God wants us to go through. Our life is trying to teach us a lesson. But for one person to another, whether you a man or a woman, man, like, you will be able to move on. I'm even going through some stuff now making this video. I didn't even want to really make this video because I'm like, man, I don't really want to bring that up and talk about it and keep reliving them moments. But I'm just like, sometimes that's what you have to do. The only way of getting better is if you admit it and as if you just be real with yourself. And I had to learn to start being real with myself and everything that I'm dealing with and I'm going through. There's going to be days, man, like I said, you want to quit. Same with this career that I'm doing with the music, with the YouTube. You know, some days I ain't feeling it. Some days I don't want to play piano, man. I don't want to get up and edit videos and pay for these subscriptions and make content and check the comments and learn the algorithm and spend the money and invest. Like, I don't want to do that. I didn't really want to make this video tonight, bro. A lot of the music I be making is in the morning when I wake up because I'm like, I don't feel like doing it all the time at night. I don't even feel like waking up doing it. I just want to lay in the bed sometimes and just chill, make my money and go home. And I'm like, sometimes this is you bettering yourself and pushing yourself because you're moving on past that immature, childish mind state. Who hurt me? Who did wrong? You know, daddy did this, mama did this. You know, like I said, I got good parents, man, but they wasn't always the best to us. They did some stuff, like I said, they would talk to us in a way that we didn't like. We used to not get along, man. I used to not even like being around them just because of the way that they was to us and the way we did to them. Like I said, we wasn't easy to them either, man. We was troublesome too. You know what I'm saying? But you learn to get over that. And you learn to grow up and be mature. Because I don't want nothing in my life to stop me. I want to make a legacy for when I am married and I have a son. And I want my son to have my name the way that I got my daddy name. I want to carry that name to the third generation, the fourth generation, you feel me? And I'm like, if you don't do anything else, put your pride aside for your future family and your future children. You're not just living for you no more. It's not about you all the time. You gotta realize that. And the more I understand that, the more I'm okay with how things are. Sometimes loneliness is necessary, man. Sometimes pain is necessary. We gotta go through those things. That's the only way we grow. It's the only way God gets his glory out of our life, man. If I didn't go through a lot of that stuff, I wouldn't be here on YouTube. I wouldn't be here doing this music. I told you my best stuff came from when I went through it, when I was going through it, when I didn't know a way, when I didn't know what else to do. That's just life. And that's the way God wanted. And that's the way you're gonna have it. And you learn to be okay with it. Accept it. Moving on is tough for anybody. But this is the way of life. And this is what's gotta happen. I pray that y'all stay 100. Y'all stay up. Don't ever get up to fight, man. Don't ever quit what you're doing, man, just because it's tough, because it's hard. Like I said, man, God got you. He allowing you to go through this because he know how much you can bear, how much you can take. He's making you into a soldier. My daddy would always say that, man. And I realized how much daddy was right when he would talk. And I don't get a chance to say anything to him no more. I don't get a chance to tell him how I feel or, you know, have that connection with him no more. So I want to be able to give my son, when I have one, to have that same connection with me. Everything that I went through bettered me as a man in my life. And so I believe it'll do the same for you, man or woman. I pray that y'all get through whatever y'all going through. Don't ever quit, man. Don't take your life. Don't take somebody else's life. Don't waste your life. Don't do the same thing that you was doing. Learn to cherish what you got. Be happy with what you got. It may not be a lot, but it's yours. You got something. You got life. Everybody can't say the same. I want y'all to stay tuned to the channel. There's gonna be many more uploads. Maybe one a day, maybe one every other day. But this takes work. Never forget, growing life, growing Christ. Y'all stay blessed. Catch y'all in the next video.